Hello, this is Miss Corcoran. I hope that everybody is doing well, doing and practicing their social distancing. And while we're doing this distance learning, I've had a lot of questions come up about how to submit work, how to access work, how to ask questions, especially if you don't have a Chromebook or a computer at home and you're doing most of your work from an iPhone. Unfortunately, I don't have much experience with Androids. I would assume that it's going to be similar to what I'm going to show you in this video. But if you are using an iPhone for the majority of your work, or even if you aren't and you just are on the go, or somebody else is using your device and you want to use your iPhone, then this video is for you. I'm going to take you through a few apps today. And these apps I'm going to be showing you are Google apps. So the ones that we've been using in class, the apps we'll use today, look at me using stuff, but I don't know how. Oh, double tap, it tells me how to do it. Okay, so if I'm making a slide, I can label it apps to download. And I'll show you on the Google Store how to do, or not the Google Store, the Apple Store, how to do that. Apps to download. All of the Google Classroom and Google Education suites should be downloaded. So Google Classroom, Google Docs, Google Slides, and Google Sheets are the ones that we're going to talk about today. Oh, one more. Google Drive, possibly the most important one to download. So these are the 5 apps that we're going to talk about in this video today. Okay, so right now I'm actually in Google Slides, but we'll come back to that later. First, we're going to go to the App Store, wherever you have the App Store on your phone. Ooh, quick and easy recipes. I might come back to look at that later, but right now we're going to look at Google Classroom. Okay, Google Classroom, download it. You should download this. You need this app. Okay, this is the app that we are going to be using to record and to share all of our assignments and announcements for everything that's going on in distance learning. So if you don't have this on your phone and you have an iPhone or a smartphone at all and you don't have this on your phone, you need to download this right now. Okay, you can, I'm going to update it. That's wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and do that for myself. This, you can see that you can get to all of the assignments and see when we grade stuff and send that back to you. Parents, you can download this as well and either sign in as your student, or we can invite you to be a parent, and you will get notifications sent to your email weekly letting you know what your student is responsible for. Okay, another app that we need to look at is Google. I'm just going to search Google and see what comes up. So Google, should download that if you don't have it. On Google Chrome, not so much. Google Drive, this you need to open. You need to download Google Drive and sign in under your school email. If you sign in under your school email, all of your documents will be saved in this Google Drive. Nothing is ever deleted in the Google Drive. You can create a doc, it'll save it into the Google Drive, and it'll be up to you to set up some kind of organization within your Google Drive. And I'll show you my Google Drive as an example later. Okay, I'll update all these apps. Google Photos, that's useful. Google Docs. Okay, Google Docs is where any type of, I know your Chromebooks already have this on your, downloaded on your Chromebooks, but if you need to put it on your phone, you can edit all of your documents on your phone through Google Docs. that is one that you need to download. Google Classroom, Google Slides. We might need to assign you to create a Google Slides. You can create Google Slides on your phone. That's what this video is about. And that's what I was using at the beginning of the video. So you can make it however you want it, just like you could on your computer. Okay? Google Sheets, that's something to have as well, but maybe not as important right now. So we're just going to focus on these 4. Okay, so that's where you can download all of the apps. Just go to your app store and search Google, and all of these apps come up. Okay? All right. Now let's start with Google Drive. Okay? Google Drive is based on your account. So you can see I have my account there and my personal account on my phone as well. Then all of my folders for all of the things that I have created these myself to organize. And my most important folders are at the top. I can color code it. I can add folders within folders. I can organize it by quarter. Right now we're in distance learning, so all of my information is in here. I've got my organization by week, by the Nearpod session reports. I'm already organizing that as it's coming in, and so that's something to practice. You will need to figure out how to organize your information. You can see I have all of the examples here. All the student work that you've emailed to us has been sent and shared on into this distance learning folder for ourselves. Okay, so that's something for you to think about. Everything that we share with you as well on Google Drive or on Google Classroom will open up on Google Drive. So it is important that you have that downloaded and get used to using that. Also, if we share anything or you share anything with us, this is where it shows up. You can see I'm getting some student work all in my shared drive here. This is where I see it. Okay, nothing to worry about there. These 2 buttons down here, the shared and the files buttons, are the main places that you need to utilize. Okay? Okay, now Google Classroom. Now this is where it's going to be the most important for you to pay attention. Google Classroom. Okay, Google Classroom, if it'll load. Now I understand frustration. Okay, so Google Classroom, if you go to the classroom, this is going to look a little bit different because I am the teacher, but I'll show you what I can see, and then I'll show you what you should be able to see as a student. Okay, so this is, I'm clicking on a classroom, and this is the stream. Here is where you will see any announcements that Ms. Daniel or myself post. So virtual classes, you can see the virtual class today, the student pace lesson, and the recording of yesterday's video. All of these announcements. This is where you need to go to figure out what you need to do, where you need to be. Please make sure from now on that when you join our virtual class on Zoom, that you make sure that you type in the password. Okay, so that will be at the very bottom. This is different from the meeting ID. I see that y'all may have had some issues getting in this morning, and I don't know if you put in the meeting ID as the password or the password as the password. So we will hopefully work on that. Okay, make sure that that's clear. I can look at that at the end of this video. Okay, so that's the stream. That is where you're going to get daily information. Okay. Now, but Ms. Corcoran, where do I go to find the assignment for this week? Well, the assignments will be posted on the stream as well, but unless I click this button and I say move to the top, you might not be able to see the post on the stream as easily. You'd have to scroll through all of these announcements that we make each day. The stream is used for day-to-day announcements to make sure that you're up to date day to day. But if we posted the assignment on Monday, that's going to be harder to find on the stream. So that's where I want you to come to Classwork. That is that middle button here. Well, I spent some time this morning cleaning up the Classwork page. So the first thing you're going to be able to see on the Classwork page is distance learning now. You see that that is at the very top. So those are your assignments. So you can see from last week the packet work. Here are all my students. These are the students that I've received work from. These are the students that I'm still waiting on. That's what I can see as a teacher. But as a student, you should be able to see the assignment through the PDF. And you see as I click on the PDF, it opens up and I can see the assignment. Okay, there's the assignment, but how do I do the assignment? Oh, here are the instructions. I will always write the instructions on this page and tell you exactly how to send it. And that is part of why I am making this video today, is so that there are less questions. I understand that there might still be questions, but I hope that there are less. Okay, so that is for all of my classes, social studies and science. There is a folder at the top of Classwork that has the classwork for each week. Okay, that is your main place to go to find what am I supposed to be doing right now. So stream is for day-to-day usage, okay? What announcements, any changes in the schedule, any posts to tell you how to get into class that day, that's going to be here. And the assignment will be here as well, but it might get drowned out in the day-to-day. So if you can't find the classwork, you go to Classwork, and it is at the top where it says distance learning. That is the only folder that you need to be looking at right now for current work. Okay. People, these are all the people that are in my class right now. I can email you or email the guardians, and parents, I can invite you to my Google Classroom, or if you could email me and let me know that you need an invitation, then I would be happy to do so. Okay, so I want to show you what it looks like as a student to turn in an assignment. Okay, so if I go to a classroom that I am a student in, I can see that it has a very similar setup. I see the stream, I see all of the announcements of assignments and all of the announcements that my teachers have shown me. And so this is where I would go to see what's going on in class today. Then if I want to turn in a classwork assignment, then I go to Classwork. I click on the assignment that I've completed, and this is where students need to pay attention. And you see this tab at the bottom here. It says Your Work. If you press that arrow up, you're going to see that there is a button that says Add Attachment. Add Attachment. Okay. This is where it is important that you have Google Docs and Google Slides downloaded, so that if you are wanting to create a new document, you could click on a new doc, adding to assignment. We wait, and then if Google Docs is downloaded, it will automatically open Google Docs for you. And then this button at the bottom right down here, the one that keeps disappearing when I click that, and then I can start editing my new Google Doc. Okay, my new Google Doc. I can edit, I can make it bold, blah, blah, blah. I can italicize all the things. I can do just like I could do on the computer. Okay, I could change the color. I think if you put it sideways, you can even have a few more options. So look, I can make it sideways. I can change all of the things that I could possibly change on the computer. Most of the things I can change. I won't say everything. It's not going to be as accessible, but it is able to be done. Okay, so that's how you would add a new Google Doc, my new Google Doc, okay? And then I press that, the way that I got back to that, you know how to use an iPhone to get back and forth between apps, you can do it that way. Or there's usually a button up at the top that says go back to Google Classroom, okay? So then, what if I need to add a picture? Okay, so I can use the camera and actually take pictures of my assignments, okay? If I need to take a picture of an assignment, or if I need to take a picture of anything, I can take a picture, use that photo, and then it uploads, okay? That is how you would do that for the packet work from last week. If you go straight into the assignment packet work and you need to take pictures, if you haven't taken the pictures already, it will let you take the pictures with the app open. Or if you've already taken the pictures, I'll show you how to do that now. You click Add Attachment, you go to Pick Photo, and you can go to all of your photos and pick the photo that you want to add to turn in. Okay. Okay, and it just takes a few minutes to, or a few seconds to load, depending on your internet access, but that is how to do it. You can add a link if there's a website. You can add something directly from your Google Drive. Click Google Drive, it'll come up with your folder there. And so if you've got that organized in your Google Drive, you can go straight to your Google Drive and pull out what documents you want to add to the assignment. That's a way to do it. If you have files directly not in your Google Drive, but they're on your phone, okay, see I have some files on my phone, okay. And then whenever you're done, right now it still says it's missing, but whenever I'm done with it, I can click Turn In. 5 attachments will be submitted. This is how Miss Daniel and I are going to know that you have finished your work and you're ready for us to grade it. Okay, I'm not going to click Turn In because that's not what I want to turn into my bosses. And so I can remove them if I want. Okay, if you have a question, I know that you saw some comments on one of the other pages I just showed you, but you can add a class comment. If you add a class comment, you can see and everyone else can see what you have asked, okay? Versus if I want to add a private comment, here's an option to add a private comment, and this will go just directly to teacher only, okay? All right. I hope that answers some of your questions about Google Classroom. I had one more thing I wanted to show you, and this is pretty cool. All right, so this is how to use the notes function, on your Apple or on your iPhones. If you go to Notes, Notes is anytime you want to type in something. If you wanted to, instead of posting individual pictures, you can make a folder. I made a folder called Distance Learning, so you click New Folder. You can choose whether you want it on the iCloud or on your iPhone. And then I made one called Distance Learning. And then within the Distance Learning folder, I made a note for week 1. If maybe I wanted to label this note packet work. I'll show you how to add pictures of your packet onto here. And here I can scan documents. You see that first choice is scan documents. Now this is how you could, let me, on my food, sorry. Okay, so if I have to make it like this, and then I can have it take a picture of the page, and then once I have the picture of the page, I can adjust it to the corners. I'm showing you for an example. Just in the corners, keep the scan. Obviously, I would take my time a little bit more and make sure that the picture was clear. I know this is just a blank piece of paper, but then I can edit it, crop it, change it however I want to here, and press done. And you see in the corner here, the picture is still here, down here in the corner. I can add as many pictures as I want for each scan. So if I wanted to take another picture, I could take a second picture and it would add it. Oh, look, it automatically did it correctly there. So I keep that because I like that scan, and it adds to that list. And so now I have 2 pictures in my scan. I can press done, save to, and all of these scanned documents. It will actually automatically give a title based on what it scans. I scanned something earlier that had words on it, and I'll show you. So it says grades and behaviors on the picture, and it actually had scanned that and labeled it automatically for me. Okay, then if I wanted to take this packet work and send it to my teacher, I could press the share button up in the top corner, and I could share this directly if my email's set up, and that'll be another video explanation on how to use your email on your phone. If I have Outlook or if I have Google Mail or anything set up on my phone, I can email that directly to my teacher, or you could email it to yourself. And if you email it to yourself, then you have a note to self, and then you could email that to whoever you needed to, but then that would be a good way to keep track of your work on your iPhone, is using the notes function. That is something that you can do. And I think that will be enough for this video today. I hope that this helps you to navigate Google Classroom. And I know this has been a very confusing time, and we all have to be patient with each other and work together, and I hope that this helps at least one person out there navigate Google Classroom better and be able to turn in assignments, but also just learn. That's what we're trying to do, is if we can be safe, if we're lucky enough to be healthy and safe, then hopefully we are using this time to learn and grow as people. So I hope y'all have a wonderful evening, and love you all.